Hi, everyone, and welcome back to our Global Growth Power Series, where we talk about how companies can expand, sell, and build real trust across markets. I'm Anka Corbin, the CEO of Globig, and my goal is to help you grow faster and reduce risk. Today, we're talking about something most companies see as a problem, but the smartest ones are turning into a powerful business advantage: your supply chain. Yes, that's the thing that's been giving everyone headaches. Delays, cost increases, geopolitical risk, extreme inventory issues. But here's the shift. Companies that win globally over the next decade will not just fix their supply chains. They will use them as a sales, marketing, and trust building advantage. So let's talk about how. We're operating in a different world now. Oh my gosh, we've got regional conflicts that didn't exist before, trade restrictions, tariffs that are changing daily, shipping disruptions, supplier concentration risk, customers demanding transparency, ESG and compliance pressures. That's the reality. But here's the opportunity. Most companies are still in reactive mode, scrambling when something breaks. The companies that stand out in global markets are doing something different. They're designing their supply chains as part of their go-to-market strategy. Not just operations, not just logistics, but brand, sales, and customer trust. Your supply chain is no longer just where do we get parts and how fast can we ship? It's now a risk strategy, a customer experience strategy, a market entry strategy, a trust strategy. When customers, especially enterprise customers, choose vendors today, they ask, can you deliver consistently? Are you exposed to geopolitical risk, and how much exposure? Can you scale with us? Are you compliant in our region? Are you resilient? Your supply chain is now part of your sales pitch, whether you talk about it or not. The question is, are you controlling that story? So let's make this practical. Here are 5 ways companies can turn supply chain chaos into competitive strength. All right, the first one, diversification, is sales confidence. If you rely on one country, one supplier, or one shipping lane, your customers feel that risk. But imagine telling prospects, we have dual region sourcing and regional fulfillment capabilities, so we can maintain delivery continuity even during disruptions. That changes the conversation from, boy, we hope nothing breaks, to, we are built for uncertainty. That builds buyer confidence, and especially in global B2B sales. Next is regional presence supports market expansion. This is actually a really big one that people don't always think about. But when you enter into a new market, your supply chain is not just a cost, it's credibility. So it can show that you have local warehouses, that you get the market and that you are part of the market, that you have regional partners, that you have local compliance alignment, and that you have shorter delivery times. You're not an outsider trying to sell into the market or even the region from there. You look like a company that's invested in the region, that accelerates trust, partnerships, and sales cycles. All right, number 3, transparency builds customer trust. Customers increasingly want to know, where's this made? How stable is the supply? Are you compliant? Are you ethical? Companies share their supplier standards, their contingency planning, their compliance certifications, sustainability efforts. They're turning operations into brand strength. There's a lot you can do here, even with messaging, like produced in North America or produced in Southeast Asia, or, whatever, not just the place. You can actually use it as a benefit. So they're turning operations into brand strengths. So this is especially powerful in industries like healthcare and tech hardware and consumer goods and enterprise solutions. All right, number 4, resilience is premium positioning. So here's a big mindset shift. Consider resilient supply chains often cost a bit more. That's just a reality. But they allow you to say, we're not the cheapest, but we are the most reliable. That supports premium positioning and premium pricing. When your competitor can't deliver and you can, price becomes a much smaller factor. Reliability becomes the differentiator, and often speed to market always helps you get more, speed to revenue will always get you ahead than worrying about the specific individual pricing. Number 5, use supply chain in customer success conversations. It's often overlooked by sales, actually. Customer success is not just onboarding and support. It's also forecast collaboration, inventory planning, delivery reliability, joint risk mitigation, maybe co-marketing and co-selling into different markets. When you work with customers to plan demand and buffer risk and adapt together, you move from vendor to strategic partner. So that drives retention and long-term revenue and that relationship as well. You don't need a massive overhaul tomorrow. Start with a couple of questions. Ask where are we overly dependent on one region or supplier? What does today's tariff market look like or supply chain opportunity look like? Where could regional presence improve customer trust or sales? What parts of our supply chain story could strengthen our brand and give our sales team tools and help them communicate that better? Then align your operations, sales, and marketing teams. This is no longer just a logistics conversation, it's a growth strategy conversation. The companies that grow globally in uncertain times are not the ones who avoid risk. They're the ones who design their systems, including supply chain, to build trust, resilience, and confidence. When your customers feel confident, they buy, they stay, and they grow with you. If you want some practical tools, frameworks, and expert guidance to build this kind of global readiness into your business, I invite you to join us inside the Globig Expansion Accelerator. You can join for free at globig.co, where you'll get access to resources and webinars and coaching and support designed to help companies expand internationally with more clarity and so much less risk. If this episode was helpful, make sure to subscribe for more global growth power tips on go-to-market strategy, sales, marketing, customer success, and building trust and understanding culture across borders. Thanks for joining. I'll see you in the next Power episode.